Good morning dear girls. I hope you all understood default constructor and sum of series program, and this chapter is little confusing, so please read the notes and see the video and try to understand the concepts. Okay, and today's class we will see the different methods of calling the parameterized constructor. Now let us see the next type of constructor, that is parameterized constructor. So a constructor that can take one or more arguments are called parameterized constructor. So parameter means arguments. Parameter, arguments or variables all are same. Okay. So see here in the public declaration we are declaring a constructor member function with arguments. So that is what this constructor is known as parameterized constructor. In last constructor, that is default constructor, we have seen that the member function cannot pass the arguments. That is called default constructor. So this constructor is parameterized constructor. It can pass the arguments. Okay. Now let us see the features of parameterized constructor. It must be declared and defined with parameters. That is, this parameterized constructor should be declared and defined with parameters. Like here only we are declaring the int, that is the declaration int m and int n. These two arguments we are declaring and defining in the parameterized constructor only. And it is possible to initialize different objects with different values. So the objects can have different values. See in the default constructor we have seen that all the objects should be initialized to the same values. But here you see it is possible to initialize different objects with different values. And the parameterized constructor can be overloaded. This overloaded, like last topic you will see constructor overloading is there. There you will understand it is nothing but like see function overloading means what, the function name can be used, same function name can be used for different operations. Same way the same constructor name can be used for different operations. That is known as constructor overloading. So the parameterized constructor can be overloaded. The parameterized constructor can have default arguments and default values. That is, these arguments can have default values and default arguments. So that means in the void main function only we can give different values to these objects, and that objects can pass the values to this constructor member function. Okay, and that values will be assigned to these variables that we will see in the program. Okay. And now let us see the different concepts in parameterized constructor or different methods of invoking parameterized constructor. So this is this different methods, only these 3 points that is important for 2 marks. That is different methods of invoking constructors. Like invoking parameterized constructors will be asked for 2 marks. And for 5 marks this question can be asked like explain implicit call in parameterized constructor with an example program, or initialization of object with equal to operator with an example program. That can be asked for 5 marks. Okay, that means this only these 3 points this can be asked for 2 marks, and any one topic with example program can be asked for 5 marks. Okay. Okay, now see the parameterized constructor can be invoked through the following methods. There are 3 methods to call the parameterized constructor: explicit call, implicit call, and initialization of object with equal to operator. Okay, and now one more thing is, see usually any member functions will be called by using the object. Like for example student S. So S is the object declared with the class name student, and using that object S only we are calling s.getData, s.display, like that. Correct. But the member, like the constructor member functions are not called by the object. How it is called? It is called when we are declaring an object in the main program. Okay, please understand that concept, then only you can understand this constructor concepts. Clear? Now let us see the first method of calling the parameterized constructor, that is using the explicit call. So in explicit call, declaration of object, while declaring the object only the constructor is called, correct? So the declaration of object is followed by an assignment operator, comma, constructor name and argument list enclosed within parentheses. Okay, so see here the syntax. Class name object, this is only declaration of the object. Using the class name we are declaring an object, then followed by an assignment operator, that means equal to operator, then constructor name, so we should write the constructor name, and argument will be enclosed in the brackets. Okay, so this is how we are going to call the parameterized constructor using the method explicit call. So the example you see, number is a class name, object is the object we have created for this class, equal to constructor name is same name of class name, that is number, and arguments we are passing here, that is 5 and 10. Okay, so this is how we are going to call the parameterized constructor using the explicit call method. Clear? Now let us see an example for explicit call using the parameterized constructor. So the program will start with hash include iostream.h, conio.h and iomanip.h. Then class and number, this is a class name. Class will be defined with the class name number, and in the private declaration we are declaring two arguments, that is int a comma b. So now in this program what you are going to do is this a and b will be getting the value, or a and b will be initialized with the help of parameterized constructor. Okay, and the parameterized constructor will be getting the values at the time of object creation. Clear? Okay, now see, in the public declaration we are declaring the constructor, parameterized constructor, that is the name of the constructor is number, and here you see two arguments we are passing, that is what it is known as parameterized constructor. Okay, and here m and n, these are the formal arguments. These arguments will get the values from the main program, and that values will be initialized to the this actual arguments. See, m will be initialized to a and n will be initialized to b. So m and n will get the values from the main program at the time of object creation. Okay, now close the parameterized constructor. Then we are displaying the value of a and b, and this display is another member function that we are closing, and close the class. So all the functions we are writing inside the class. Okay, now in the void main, in the main program we are declaring using the class name number, we are declaring the object 1. So when you are declaring the object, automatically what happened, the constructor will be executed. Okay, so object 1 equal to number is a constructor name and arguments are 10 and 20. So when we are calling this object, this 10 and 20 will be passed to the parameterized constructor function, that is this m and n will get the value as 10 and 20, and this 10 will be assigned to a and 20 will be assigned to b. Okay, so when we are calling object 1 dot display, this first object will be displaying a value as 10 and b value as 20. Okay, then again using another object we are going to give different values, we are going to initialize to the variable a and b. See, number object 2 equal to number of, this is a class name. Using class name we are declaring the object 2 equal to, and this number is a constructor name. Using the parameterized constructor we are passing these two arguments, that is these two values 30 and 40, and these values will be received in the parameterized constructor by the variable m and n. So m will receive 30, n will receive 40, and this m will be assigned to a, n will be assigned to b. So a and b will get different values for the object 2, that is 30 and 40. So when we are displaying object 2 dot display, the value of a will be 30 and b will be 40. Like this we will get the output. Okay, so the difference between default and parameterized constructor is, in default constructor we have seen that all the objects declaring in the main program, all the objects will get the same values. All the objects will be initialized to the same values. But in parameterized constructor we can give different values to different objects. Okay, so this is an example for explicit call. Now let us see the next method of calling parameterized constructor using implicit call. So in implicit call, the declaration of object is followed by argument list enclosed in parentheses. So syntax of implicit call is class name object of arguments. So you have to write the class name and object will be created using this class name, and in the bracket you should write the arguments which we are passing to the parameterized constructor. Okay. So the program will start with hash include iostream.h, conio.h and iomanip.h. Then class number, number is a class name, private int a comma b, again two variables we are declaring in the private declaration. Then in the public declaration we are declaring the parameterized constructor, that is constructor name is number, and int m comma n. These two are the formal arguments name. That means these arguments are receiving the values from the main program. And after receiving these values, m will be giving the value to a and n will be assigning value to the variable b. So this a and b are the actual argument, m and n are the formal argument it used to receive the values from the main program. Okay, from here see number object 1 of 10, 20. So this 10 and 20 will be passing from the main program to parameterized constructor, and that will be initializing the values to the variables a and b. So a and b will get the value like 10 and 20. So, and we are displaying using the member function void display, a and b value will be displayed, and closing the class. Okay. Then in the main program, number object 1 of 10, 20. That means using the first object we are passing the values 10 and 20 to the values a and b. That means a and b will get the values 10 and 20. Again, using another object we can pass different values to a and b. Okay, so see object 2, using the object 2 we are passing 30 and 40 to the argument a and b in the parameterized constructor. Okay, so why this parameterized constructor is used? Sometime in the program, like a and b can be used in the program with 10 and 20 first. Then after some calculation, again if you want to give different value for a and b, then we can use another object and we can pass this different values to the variable a and b in the program. Okay, that is what this parameterized constructor is using in the program. Then clear screen object 1 dot display. Using the object 1 we are displaying the value of a and b as 10 and 20, and using the another object like object 2 we are passing the values like 30 and 40, and a and b will get the value 30 and 40, and then get ch, close the floor bracket. So this is the example for implicit call, and using implicit call calling the parameterized constructor. Okay. Now let us see the third method of calling the parameterized constructor, that is initialization of object using equal to operator or using assignment operator. So in this method it is used for the constructor with exactly one argument. That means only one argument can be passed to the parameterized constructor. So in this method declaration of object is followed by assignment operator and a value. Syntax class name object equal to value. So using the class name we are creating an object, and using the assignment operator we are assigning a value to the object. Okay. So the example program will see hash include all the header files, then class number, this is the class name, open floor bracket private int a. Here only one value can be used and only one value can be initialized using the third method, initialization of object using equal to operator. So public, in the public section we are declaring the parameterized constructor, that is number of int m. Only one value we can pass, that is why only one variable here int m, and a equal to m. Inside the parameterized constructor we are initializing the value, that means m will be assigned to the actual argument a. That means a will be initialized in this parameterized constructor. Okay. And void display, that is for displaying the value of a, then close the class. So whatever the value we are passing from the main program, that value will be passed to the parameterized constructor function, and that will be received by this formal argument m, and that m will be assigned to the actual argument a. So a will get the value whatever we are passing from the main program. Okay. Now in the main program using the class name we are creating an object equal to 100. That is only one value can be passed to the parameterized constructor using this method. That is why object 1 equal to 100. That means this 100 will be passing to the variable m, and that m will be assigning to the variable a. So actual argument a will get the value 100. So when you are displaying object 1 dot display, it will display the value as value of a is equal to 100. Again, if you are declaring another object with another value, so say class name number, object is object 2 equal to 200. So using this second declaration, we can again pass one more value to the formal argument m, and it can be assigned to the actual argument a. So when we are calling object 2 dot display, the value of a will be displayed as 200. So this is the method of initialization of object using assignment operator in the parameterized constructor. Okay, this is also very important. Sometimes this question may be asked for 5 marks. explain the method with example program. Okay.